People with a family history of some genetic disorders are offered embryo screening. What is embryo screening? This is when cells from fertilized embryos are tested for genetic disorders. For example, they could be tested for disorders like cystic fibrosis. This allows the parents to make an informed decision about continuing or terminating a pregnancy. So how is embryo screening carried out? First, eggs are collected from the ovaries. This is done using a specialized syringe. Next, the eggs are fertilized using sperm. This will be done in a laboratory. Then, embryonic cells are tested for genetic disorders. Scientists will run through multiple tests to make sure that the embryo doesn't have any genetic disorders. What's done after the embryos have been screened? Only an embryo that does not have the genetic disorder will be implanted into the uterus to continue developing. So this embryo is surgically placed into the uterus. In this process, some embryos are discarded. For the exam, you don't need to describe the exact steps in the process of embryo screening, but you do need to be able to make informed judgments about the economic, social, and ethical issues concerning embryo screening when given the appropriate information. So, what are the economic, social, and ethical issues concerning embryo screening? Embryo screening is expensive. Some people believe that embryo screening is unethical or against their religion. It's an ethical question of whether early embryos should have rights like mature humans, as they can't consent. Screening also carries a risk that it may damage the developing embryo. This may be because they believe that a fertilized egg cell is a life and that discarding any embryo is murder. Discarded embryos could be used for medical research and to provide stem cells. Stem cells can be taken from early embryos before they develop into a fetus. Some people think that preventing human suffering should take priority. Embryo screening may help some people to have a child and with a lower risk of having a genetic disorder. A child born with cystic fibrosis may also suffer. To prevent pregnancies of embryos carrying the gene for cystic fibrosis, it means that this gene may not be passed on to future generations. For the exam, you should know some of these points because you may be asked to evaluate the issues associated with embryo screening.
Thanks for watching. If you want to take your GCSE revision to the next level, head over to launchpadlearning.com and check out our smart learning platform that's been designed to get you top results in your exams. We cover your whole specification and make revision fun with interactive quizzes, easy-to-follow videos, and more. You'll be kept motivated by your own AI tutor who's here to support you every step of the way. To check it out for yourself, click here. Or click here to keep watching a selection of the videos from our full GCSE Biology course. See you there!